Hello, I'm Jim Tillich, the owner of Vail Fine Art Gallery here in beautiful Vail, Colorado, and also Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery in Breckenridge, Colorado. I've collected beautiful artworks from all around the world, and I'd like for you to come in and see them. I'd like to give you a tour of the gallery. You'll enjoy seeing these museum-quality artworks from all around the world. Come with me now. We'll take a tour of the gallery, and you'll be able to enjoy some of these marvelous artworks. One of the things you'll really enjoy about the Vail Fine Art family of galleries is that I have impressionistic works from all around the world. For example, this is the work of Vladimir Nazanov, a very good Russian impressionist. This is the work of Wei Tai, a Chinese artist who is just an excellent watercolorist, as you can see. And then compare that with the work of David Jackson, an American painter. He lives in Utah and he paints absolutely beautiful scenes of nature. I really do enjoy presenting the work of famous Russian artist Vladimir Pincha. Notice the strong brush strokes, lots of color, very good composition. Now he's a post-impressionist, which means he does quick, diligent work, and he's not going for perfection, he's going for feeling. You'll really enjoy looking at his work. Now over here I have American artist Don Solly. Now Don is an impressionist. He uses wonderful colors, but he captures the spirit of the moment. What he sees, he puts right onto the canvas. Now notice what he does. Don is an instructor of art. He puts his cool colors way in the distance. The cool colors make distance. He brings the yellows, yellow being the warmest color on the palette, he brings it up front, and he gives you that great depth. You feel like you're there. The warmth of the outdoors comes right indoors. You can enjoy this scene any time of year. He's a really good artist. This beautiful cheetah, it's an alpha male, was done by a very famous artist. His name is Dylan Lewis. He's an Afrikaner, a South African who is very, very well trained. He captures in this animal the beauty, the grace, the strength, and this piece of art was so well known that he produced 12 of them, 11 sold. This is the only one left for sale in the world. The power, the interest, the body language, and even Dylan's personal touch to make this a little bit Baroque but very strong in nature. This is truly one of my favorite pieces of art. You'll enjoy seeing it up close. Now you're looking at the artwork of Luis Pantogoso, a Peruvian artist who captures something very interesting. Nice negative space, strong color, a good base, and it helps you get a feel for the people of the land. Luis likes to paint people doing exactly what they do in their daily life. It also can grace a home with strong, beautiful colors, and it also has a very relaxing quality about it. And now I'd like to introduce you to the work of Yuri Uros, a very well-known Cubist artist. You'll notice that his colors are strong. He has symbolisms all through it. The pomegranate to show great care, that's what it meant to the Armenian people. A blue rose indicating loyalty, love. Very interesting thoughts, but now when you look at Cubism, you want to remember that Cubism is basically little cubes, pieces of artwork, if you will, painting that blend into each other, but they're definitely outlined so that you know that you're looking at pieces of a puzzle that are in the shape of a cube. Those go together loosely to form a very beautiful piece of art. His colors and his blending are just marvelous. You'll enjoy seeing the work of Yuri Uros. You're looking at the artwork of Canadian artist Carol Forsyth. He's a master painter. He is in his 80s, and he's been painting for literally over 65 years. What he does is quite interesting. Everything that you see here is done with a palette knife. He mixes his colors with a palette knife, he applies the color, but the good thing is, and it's quite interesting, he's so familiar with painting that he starts at the top of the canvas, works his way down, and he doesn't even do a drawing on the canvas to start off with. Very interesting to watch, and he is a very well collected artist. You'll enjoy seeing his artworks as well. Looking down this hallway here in Vail Fine Art Gallery in the Solaris building, you're seeing artworks from Russia, from Italy, from Spain, France, England, here in the US of course, and many other countries. I get artworks from over 20 different countries around the world, as I said, mostly based on French Impressionism. Even this beautiful bronze here, this bronze is in the Greco-Roman style, and it's delicate, expressive, and Itzhak Asher is a major artist in this field of bronze artworks. Behind me, you're looking at artworks from Australia. Again, strong, beautiful artworks that the Australians just love. They love this color scheme that they've come up with. This piece of art, which is very special, is called Challenge of Lights. It's by a Hungarian-American artist by the name of Americo Mock. A very qualified, very, very good artist. Mixes his colors well, beautiful composition, and it's called Challenge of Lights because you've got 4 different light sources all competing with each other to catch your eye. This kind of artwork is grand and it would enhance any home. Beautiful artworks by Americo Mock. This is a masterwork produced by the artist Trokimenko. He was a Soviet-era painter, one of the great painters of portraits. This is the gentleman he painted first, that we'll discuss first, Maxim Gorky, a very famous poet from Russia, one of their greatest ones. The piano that belonged to the Rachmaninoff family. This is the great composer, Mr. Rachmaninoff himself, and this is Shaliapin, the greatest of the bass singers for opera of all time, considered one of the greatest ever. Now, this meeting took place in 1905 in Russia. These gentlemen met together and they were trying to figure out how to forestall the revolution that took place in 1917, the Bolshevik Revolution. They wanted a more freer type of government, but they met together to see what they could effect. When they met, being highly educated gentlemen, he quoted poetry, Rachmaninoff played, Shaliapin sang, and they turned it into a very special occasion for themselves and the other guests who were gathered around. This is a major artwork. It is a masterpiece, a world-renowned masterpiece. This is the one and only. It has been in most every school book in the Soviet Union for 50 years or so. You're welcome to come see it here at Vail Fine Art. It's historical. It's in books. People do come to see it just because of the beauty of the artwork. And if you'll notice, it has all the signs of beautiful Impressionism. You get the feeling that you were at this meeting with these men in 1905. Vail Fine Art has this on display at all times. You're welcome to come and see it. You're looking at the sunny lit works of Mr. Danish, very qualified painter. He likes to make you happy. Now you're looking at the works of Mr. Kosenkov. Kosenkov was one of the great painters of his time. He liked to celebrate one tree or one flower or one part of the wilderness that he saw. Both of these artists are very qualified, very well trained, and you'll enjoy seeing their work up close and the good brushwork that goes into their artworks. This alcove in the gallery contains the work of 3 famous artists. First of all, Dmitry Maevsky, who we're looking at. Then we're moving on to Mr. Timkov, probably the best known of the Russian artists of the last 50 years. Then we move on to the work of Mr. Krantz. Mr. Krantz is known as a lyrical landscape artist. His artworks are just beautiful, and they're lyrical or musical in nature. All 3 of these artists are very highly regarded and very collectible. Now, this is an alcove that my clients really love to come into, and here's why. We have beautiful artworks, obviously, but these artworks are done by up-and-coming artists. This artwork, for example, is done by Mr. Chernish from Prague in the Czech Republic. He and his friends are starting out, they're well-trained, and now is the time to collect them. Now, these 4 artworks are special to me because I got them from the artist herself, which is what I normally do. However, she goes through St. Petersburg, Russia, which is where she lives, and she paints scenes. This is looking down one of the canals in St. Petersburg, Russia. There is the Singer building. Mr. Singer developed Singer sewing machines. He made a fortune, and that's the building he built with part of his fortune. This is the major church, the Church of the Sacred Blood. This is the Hermitage Museum, painted as if it were 1895. This is the palace, the Pink Palace of Count Stroganoff, and everyone knows him because he's the one who developed beef stroganoff. This is the main street in St. Petersburg, Russia. Here you see the Pink Palace again, and this is Nevsky Prospect. Again, beautifully painted by the artist Alexandrina, and good collectible art with a lot of beauty just built into it. You'll enjoy seeing that as well when you come to Vail Fine Art Gallery. This room has all masterpieces in it. You see Eve, painted by a Hungarian master, Mr. Stephen Choka. We have another masterpiece here from Russia, but the one that really stands out is the one of the school teacher who is looking at a sketch that is being prepared by a master painter, and that's Mr. Bassonets. Mr. Bassonets was commissioned to paint this group of soldiers who died together in World War II, and they were to be painted, and then this painting was to be given to the city hall of the village where these people came from who died all together in World War II. It was a memorial to them. Before the painter finished this artwork, what he did was called the homeroom teacher for these young people. They all graduated together. The homeroom teacher for this group of young people came to say, yes, this is how they looked. When she saw this beautiful painting coming together of these young people that she knew who had died, she was so overcome by emotion that her body language even expressed it. Then the artist was so moved by her reaction to his painting that he painted this one, the painting of her, seeing her students being memorialized for the first time. Very interesting painting done by a famous Ukrainian painter, Mr. Bassonets. These artworks were done by a well-known American artist, Jerry Georgiev. He's very expressive. Notice how he uses his brush to move the paint around, make it expressive, make it living and live, feeling good. He is very well collected. His colors are marvelous, as you can see. This artist is from Warsaw, Poland. Michael Zaborowski is his name. Michael wants you to look at his artwork and then think, what is he telling us? What should we learn from his art? What feeling should we get? And he wants you to get your own feeling. He doesn't tell you what you should know. Very good artist, one of Warsaw's very best. So here you see two more artworks by Warsaw, Poland artist Michael Zaborowski. Again, painting a slice of life, helping you see something that goes on every day, but he wants you to look at it and have a certain feeling. And he says, let that feeling be whatever it gives you. Very good painter, very interesting man. Now, this again is one of my favorites. This is Anna Vinogradova's artwork. She was a dancer, she studied music, architecture, many things, but she is a master painter. There's great emotional appeal, there's great body language, and when Anna paints something, people get this feeling that she really is conveying a nice idea. But look at it and study it for quite a while. Beautiful artworks by Anna Vinogradova. Thank you for visiting the website and taking the time to learn about these beautiful artworks that I've collected from all around the world. Now, I'd like to offer you an invitation. When you come to Colorado, visit Vail, visit Breckenridge, beautiful ski towns, but come to see Vail Fine Art and Breckenridge Fine Art, and I will be glad to give you a personal tour of my galleries so you can see these amazing artworks that I've collected from all around the world. My knowledgeable staff will help you. You'll learn about the art and the artists.